Join Japanese Drum. So we have Shania Hema, Robin Kraus, Vegan Gallons, and Grace Yato.
For that first lot of novices, they set a pretty cracking pace. The luxury of going in the second heat is you get to watch how those other wool handlers are working. Just look at those top points up there. They're 12 by 13 now by Bradley. They did tell me that there is a bit of a lag sometimes in the hand controller to the points that actually go up on the big screen. So like Gerald was saying, once the wool leaves here, it goes out the back to what we call the dungeon. And in the dungeon, they'll dissect all those fleeces, strand by strand, and if there's any faults left in there, they will pick it up and they will be penalised. Nuki.
Following this second heat of the semi-final for the novice, we'll move straight along to the junior Woolhandling semi-final. That is the top 12. First heat, Adam Gordon, Fina Edmund, Tony Gray Harmon, Amy Bell. Heat 2, Janita Kennedy Stephen, Sinead Flutie, Anna Samuels, Torpia Barracliff. Heat 3, Jess Stewart, Shiloh Kalatiana, Kevin Little, and Tiana Phillips. Could all the junior competitors please be ready straight after this novice Woolhandling case.
The novice shearing finalists. Top qualifier, Lockie Crafer, Riker Swan, Josh Devane, Michael Buick, Connor McIntyre, Chief Fakowe. Congratulations, you 6 shearers. You are the finalists. You guys will be shearing after the Pawai Mullins Novice Woolhandling final this evening. So get yourselves organised and we'll see you there. Can we have our shearers to the board? We have the green light. Timekeepers ready. Shearers get set, go. Well, just looking across the board, we have a young German lass there. She did very, very well to make this novice final. Kia ora, welcome to Aotearoa. So we have Shania Hema on table number 1 from Takapo. Robin, as I was saying, is the young German lass. How do you say that, Gerald?
Robin Kraus. Oh, you mean where she's from? Is that what you're thinking? Yeah, Robin Kraus from Holzminden. Holzminden. Should be more concerned about the quality of her job than the quality of our pronunciations, I think. Then we're on to Megan Gowans down on table 3 and Grace Tieti from Australia. So a real international flavour here, Tuma, as they go up and round the neck. This is the shearers at the moment, and round they go towards the long blade. So the wool handlers now have to start getting organised and lined up. They have got the 9 baskets that was mentioned earlier. And they're only just little baskets, okay, because we've got 1 fleece. And is it all just show for the 60th year at the Golden Shears? No, it's not. This is what happens in a shearing shed, but it's on a much larger scale, okay? There will be fadge holders normally scattered around the place. And the same thing would be happening where they're adding value beyond value, meaning, sorting a belly wool just to get that wee bit more for the farmer. So here we go. Once again, we're looking for a good, clean throw. Okay, landing all the fleece on the wool table, nothing hanging if we possibly can. An A4 piece of paper, you can lose a few points. And Shania says, I'm just going to do that nice and lightly, a little bit of bunching at the top there. Down on the bottom, Grace Tiati is... Oh, we got plenty of airtime there. We've got some wool handling judges in the audience, ladies and gentlemen. Gowans bangs out a little beauty. She'll pop that wool on her knee. No, she doesn't. She flicks it up onto the table and round she goes, sorting it up. Now they've got to remember what bins are what. Okay, this is a novice. Okay, they haven't got a system where they just know exactly they could throw it in the bin with their eyes closed. No, they've got to think, where did I have those main pieces? Where did I have those little locks? Where did I have that? Where did I have this? And have to look down to sort it all up. Right, some will go a wee bit deeper than others. All these interesting aspects. They'll have a bit of an idea what the judges are thinking. Oh, the table's clear down on the bottom. Tiati, she's travelled a wee way from over the ditch to be here. It's planes, trains and automobiles for her. She's on the broom. She cleans the board. She's rattled the rest. Here we go. She's signing the checks here at the moment, ladies and gentlemen. Down on... Whoa, she's got the time points. She's making them go now. Gowans is running to get the fleece in the bag. Onto the broom they all go. They've got to clear the table. They know that. Kraus says, we'll chuck the table round. That's one way to clear it. You can do that. You give it a bit of a bang, a shove and a kick and all those sorts of things. Now they're down to sorting the pieces from the pieces. Again, trying to add value for the farmer. They'll get right down there to give it a big shake, like a wee shakedown. Kraus says, that's me done. I think I'm happy. Gowan says the same. Shania Hemmer says, here we go. It's up to the judges now, ladies and gentlemen. They've had their moment under the spotlight. 4 more of them will come back for the big finale. Hey, look, you don't forget these moments. They'll be still a wee bit pumped. And we'll know that very soon. And we'll be having a final later on this evening for what they call cash and sash time.
So next up we have the Rural Woman New Zealand Junior Wool Handling semi-finals. So a change of judges. I think there's a quick change of judges. These wool handlers will be handling 3 long wool fleeces. So if we could have heat 1 up on the board to sweep it down, get your baskets organised.
So heat 2, please be ready. Just into Trinity Stevens, Shanae Flutie, and Samuels Utopia Wairarapa. Those 4 competitors will follow this heat. And the third semi-final will be Jess Stewart, Shyla Kalatiana, Kevin Little and Tiana Phillips.
You novice semi-finalists, just stick around. We're going to have the points because the final is a little later on this evening. So once we get the points, we'll let you guys know what's happening. Well, Nuki probably will.
Right, so yes, 3 to be handled. So this is where they've got to really start thinking now. They don't have the pleasure of focusing strictly on the table. They've got the table and the shearer going at the same time. So it's just that extra step up from the novice, of course. And we've got the green light. So we're good to go. A fast game's a good game at the Golden Shears.
We have our shearers to the board. We have a green light. 3 competition sheep shearers. Timekeepers ready. Shearers, get set, go. Rural Woman New Zealand are the sponsor of this junior wool handling. If you've got a favourite up there, make a bit of noise. Let them know you're here. Okay, so at the moment, Gerald, these wool handlers, they'll be waiting for the belly to come out the back. They would have given their shearer specific instructions. Please, Mr. Shearer, can I have the belly at the back, or some like it at the front? So then the shearers will move around to the undermine. The wool handlers, they need to stick with their shearers. If they get left behind, they can be in a lot of trouble, lose a lot of points, and you've just made a donation. So we've got young Adam Gordon here on table number 1. Adam actually won the novice event last year. So it's good to see that he's been still, getting out in the sheds, practicing every day. Working in the sheds is one of the only jobs in the world where you can practice while you work and make money. And it's a real reflection on how you work in the sheds when you're doing well up on the board, because a lot of times when you get up on the board, you'll work how you do usually when you're at the work, when you're in the sheds. So if you're going to do lazy work and you come to a show and think you're going to win it, you are mistaking. So now these wool handlers, they'll be coming down, the shearers coming down the last side. The wool handlers, they want to make their fleece as flat as they can and feed it into them. Then they grab both the back legs, squeeze it up, turn and throw. Watch Conan, he's going to have a beauty. Holy smokes. Adam, holy, look at that, 4 wonderful throws. The skill level has just tripled. So now these wool handlers, they'll be wanting to skirt half of this fleece, and if they can, around the neck, before they have to run back to their shearer, because the shearer has started another sheep, and the same things are going to happen. The belly's going to come out. The shearer will then move into the undermine. They need to get the crutch wool. So there's a lot of pressure. These wool handlers, they need to be watching the shearer, and they've got work to do. It's a lot of pressure. But this is how it rolls in the wool sheds every day. So these wool handlers, they should really go well, Gerald.
Yeah, that's it, team, all right. So the tables are sitting, full, but sort of half skirted. So they've got to get that undermine sorted, and they're doing that right now, and they've got to make that decision. And when we're going to go back to table, clear that table. Conan thinks now would be a good time, and back he goes. Adam Gordon, a Masterton boy. Come on, Adam, round he flicks now. He's got that wee bit hanging. Stick it on your knee, mate. Flicks it up so he can get a good view. He's got the little mouse fingers going on the front table right here, working his way round. It's action time. We're starting to build a bit of noise out to the crowd. Oh, we're going for a roll, but had to dive back. Fina Edmonds said, holy smoke, I just haven't got that last wee second to get that fleece in the appropriate basket. But the table's clear for Amy Bell from Dannyburg. She's crouching down to use her body as a bit of a backstop to line up the next fleece. Here we go, we've got to get those tables clear. Afina just does it in time. Back she goes now. She's got to clear the table, and she's done so. Conan the Barbarian, he's letting loose, ladies and gentlemen. He's got those muscles under control. He says, you fast twitch muscles, you go to sleep at the moment. I've got no time for you. We just want the gentle stuff. Round he goes. Look at all these locals. We've got lots. It's a popular semi-final this, I can tell you that. I can hear the fever pitch starting to arrive. Conan says there's a wee bit of wool in the middle, that fleece, bit of VM, it could be vegetable matter, it could be a little bit of rattle, it could be a little bit of shed stain, but he's made a conscious decision right there to pull out that little bit of wool out of the back of that fleece and says, judges, you won't want to see that in the main line. Back he runs now, jumping and skipping around the place. Afina says, right, I only just made this last one, I've got to get back to that table. She's all on. No free lunches at the Golden Shears. Afina, you've got to earn these. Has a bit of a shakedown now. That was a good idea. Did you see that? Look at these shearers. They're putting the pressure on. Adam Gordon. He's got it all bunched up. Beautiful fleeces. White spurs. They've been even as even all the way through. It's been a credit to sit here and watch these fleeces one after the other come off. Very similar to the one before. A bit like Groundhog Day in a way. Adam dives back. Here we go, Conan the Barbarian's getting warmed up again. Amy Bell's had to dive back, it's all go to her. Amy Bell decides, right, now I've got that little bit of cheek wall that you always like out. Now the table's clear. Now I'm ready for action.
Oh, look at these Woolhandlers tables, 1, 3 and 4. They are neck and neck. Amy Bell, the little pocket rocket from Dannyburg. She's feeding that fleece into herself. Conan the Barbarian, he's setting up that fleece. He's hoping and praying he's got it right. Young Adam here, he's pulled bugger. He's getting shouted at by his father. Here we go, Adam turns and throws. Oh, too many wheat bits. Oh, Amy Bell puts it on the table. The pressure. Oh, Conan the Barbarian. Look at this young man. Oh, lovely throws. 1 minute. 1 minute and 30 seconds these Woolhandlers have from when the sheriff pulls the cord. Not a lot of time. Amy Bell's done one side. She's moving around to the other. Conan's thinking, how did that girl get the head so far? I threw before she did. Roll up time down there on table number 4. Get in behind these Woolhandlers because the Dannyburg girl is taking these Masterton people to the cleaners. The little Dannyburg girl down there, table number 4. See you later, Masterton. This is mine. She pulls the table. Oh, nearly threw it through the roof. Amy Bell, the young lady down there, she's nearly ready to put her hand up, Gerald.
Oh, she's absolutely smoking right. But Gordon's responded. He's pulled the whip out as well and given himself a fair thrashing with it. Go, Adam. Adam Gordon says, get out of my way. Why does this table need legs? Just lift her up and shake her about. Amy Bell off to a flying start, but she's just got those finishing touches to get tidied up. Conan the Barbarian's coming at them. Afina Edmonds. Look at this. The Masterton boys and girls are coming at the... Oh, Amy Bell managed to pull it off. Oh, gets the hair out of the way. Adam Gordon's wrapped up. Oh, Conan the Barbarian. He had to settle the muscles down in this day, hey. It's not time for all that power right here. That's how it's done. Afina Edmonds from Masterton 2. What a popular semi-final that was. Brilliant stuff. Started a bit of razzle-dazzle. It's only... Yeah. Wow. And I know that the sponsor, Rural Women New Zealand, will be absolutely rapt to be involved in this event all the way through today. And you get semi-finals at that level where everyone's getting really involved is just sensational. So now it's up to the judges, of course, as far as that heat goes, and we've got another one coming up right now. So bring a mate up with you, get it all cleared up and ready to go, and we'll keep this thing rocking.
Thank you. Jacinta Kennedy Stevens, Shanae Flutie, Anna
I'm here with Ellen from Trust House at the Grill at Solway Park, one of the many venues owned by Trust House. Ellen, tell us about some of the amazing other venues that contribute back to the community by being part of the Trust House family.
We have a number of businesses throughout the region. We have Flax and Flaxmere up in Hawke's Bay. In Pahiatua, we have the Post Office Hotel. Here in Masterton, we have the Farriers Bar and Eatery. We also have Jackson Street Bar and Kurapuni Tavern and TUB, as well as, of course, the famous Apache Jack's restaurant. Here today we're in the very famous flagship of Trust House, the Cockthorn Resort, Solway Park. In South Wairarapa we have the Bookie Mano Bar and Bottle O, and we also have the E10 restaurant in Martinborough. In Pururua we have Legend Sports Bars. We also have some gaming interests in Tawa as well.
And it's not just venues and hospitality. What other community assets does Trust House own?
Yeah, we also own a renewable energy programme over in Kururau in the Wairarapa, and that's a Kururau hydro scheme.
I had no idea Trust House was behind that. So how does the community benefit?
In so many ways. We provide employment and training for over 200 staff. And of course, all the surplus profits that Trust House generates goes back to the communities in which we trade.
So when you're supporting a Trust House venue, you really are directly supporting your community. Cheers. I'm Brink here, and we're going to find out today.
Tremendous outfit where ladies get together. We're all ladies, and no different than men. We might go down to the country club and have a couple of beers and tell yarns and talk about the challenging days of farming or weather or whatever it might be, dry or wet or otherwise. We've got the green light. We're good to go. Thank you, Tuma.
Shearers to the board. Shearers to the board, guys. Timekeepers ready. Shearers, get set, go. We've got to put a shout out to our shearers, Gerald. Haven't they been amazing? These guys are all hand-picked because you can't just get any old Tom, Dick and Harry to shear for wool handlers. You need shearers that can keep the wool together, keep the fleeces together, and not rip the place to bits. Okay.
All those and come to announce this test.
The novice wool handling finalists. Top qualifier, Laura Bradley from Woodville. Grace Tiati, Australia. The German lass, Robin Kraus. And lucky last, Shante Walker from Bulls. If you guys can report to the microphone desk to collect your t-shirt, that would be awesome. And we also will be doing a draw for the table. Congratulations, you wool handlers. Okay, so back to the board. We have Jacinta from Marlborough on table number 1. This young lady, she looks like she knows what she's doing. She's going through her baskets, you know, she doesn't want to overskirt anything, so she's being very, very efficient. Sinead there on table number 2. So as the first fleece is getting shorn, you know, a lot of these wool handlers, they should be working with their shearer. They are not to be skirting on the board. No neck wool or first pieces. All they can do is the belly, and that's all they're allowed to skirt on the board. So the shearers are turning to the last side now, and these wool handlers will start setting up the fleece. Usually the first fleece is the best in this grade, and then once the second fleece comes out, all heck breaks loose. Did you want to say something, Nuki? Or you're holding the microphone? Okay, here we go. First row. Lovely throw. Oh, a little bit of overhang. Let's see what Sinead does. Oh, that's a beauty as well. Look at these wool handlers, Gerald. They're really picking up their game.
Yeah, sure are, right. They're excited to make that top 8, but here we go. There's a chance for the top 4. And it comes down to these critical moments.
We have the finalists for the novice wool handling. Cover reported, you are the next event on the table. Laura Bradley, Grace Tiate, Robin Kraus and Shante Walker. Please come and report in. Thanks. Joe, when they're all here, go through.
Rightio, so you were just rounding up those 4. There's no rest either, okay? A good game's a fast game. So right at the moment, this is the junior wool handling semi-final, okay? After this event will be the novice final of the wool handling, okay? And this time we'll give them 2 fleeces to keep them honest. That'll really get them going, won't it? But right at the moment, they've got 3 fleeces. So here we go. Jacinta. She is well paced and managed here. A wee bit hanging, but that's what it is. So she lifts it up onto the table to get that real good height. Get her under the light so she can see what's going on, that she doesn't go too deep on the fleece. We don't want that main line getting tangled up in these, you know, these other lines, which are less value. That's not adding value, that's taking it away. So that's the not part of the plan. And that's what this is about right here. It's a competition, sure it is, and the great athletes and the great sports people. But it's also to do with lifting the whole image, as well as the quality of shearing and wool handling in New Zealand. The product, oh, it's a beautiful throw there. Anna Samuels from Martin, she nailed that one. That's a booyah moment, ladies and gentlemen. Topias, what's he doing down the bottom stand? He's got a bit of bunching at the top, but he's gone to work on it anyway. Round he goes, he's got the fast shoes on, he's got the red ones on. Red for racing, ladies and gentlemen. The pedal to the middle sort of stuff. It's semi-final time, bring your A game. You can't bring your reputation, that means nothing when you're at the Golden Shears. You've got to bring your A game. It's final time, final or semi-final. That's what we're up to, those sorts of stages. Back to the board they dive. Come on, ladies and gentlemen, you must have some favourites up here. Let's start building up. Topia, Anna Samuels, They're all just sitting there at this stage. Now here we go. Jacinta just moves nice and quietly around. Doesn't go rushing, no, hustle, bustle, no organised chaos, just a bit of a pattern. This is how it's going to roll. It's got me this far. Can it make the top 4? She works round, that side's tidied up and she's happy with it. Looks at this neck wall. Tooman knows that's got to come out. It doesn't take dye. We can't have that. Reaches over the table, doesn't go round the table, reaches over and says, right, wool, I'm going to pull you over this way. I'm quite comfortable. Then I'm tidied that side and no, oddment wool, what we call oddment wool, is going to end up in the main line. Hey, but meanwhile, these top shearers once again have been synchronised shearing all day here. They're looking round. Big Brett Roberts is saying, where am I up to? We want to be coming off at the same time. We want this as even as possible. There's a lot here up for grabs. There's a lot at stake. They've worked very hard to be here. And Topia, he starts gathering that one into me. Here we go. Let's take them through the table throws.
Oh, the fleece on table number 1 looks a little wee bit loose. This Woolhandler might be quite challenging. Don't be surprised if she doesn't really throw it. Just glides it on like that. What a beautiful throw. 1 minute and 30 seconds, Woolhandlers. You need to get moving. We've got Torpia down there with the rose amongst the thorns on table number 4. Straight to the fleece he goes. I like the looks of this fleece here on table number 1, Jacinta. Doesn't look like a lot of work to do on it. Come on, girl, no overskirting, just use your little spirit fingers. Working her way around the side of the fleece, pieces go in. She'll be looking for the neck next. So here we go, all these Woolhandlers working their way around quietly, trying to be as efficient as they can. You don't want to grab too much wool at a time, Gerald, because you'll end up overskirting. You end up pulling out those brontosaurus pieces. So here we go, Jacinta, looks like she's going to roll up. Torpia's been there, done that. Look at Torpia, the young gun from Piu Piu. He's rolled up and he's going to get the brim in hand. There's something about that table number 4, Gerald. That's where all the speedsters are. This Jacinta, see if she can peg him back. I don't know if he's got as much experience as this young lady with the brim in hand, but we will see. Here we go. They're going to use a bit of wind. Fleece goes in on table 2. And a superfly, table 3. Fleece goes in as well. Well, she's all on here. Torpia, he was the first one with brim in hand. But I really like the looks of this table number 1. This young lady here looks like she's very super organised, Gerald.
Yeah, you're right. She's got the wind going. She's got the broom going. Everything's happening. Torpia's down on the knees now. He's having the big wee shakedown that you have. The bigger bits away from the little bits. That extra little bit of value that, in this case, could end up with the top podium spot. But Jacinta. Oh, he come in with a huge big finish. Good man. Now Jacinta says, I am happy with that. Shanae Flutie, Anna Samuels, and then Jacinta. She whizzed all that wool up, but then she wanted to make sure she had it all right in the baskets. And you'll see here, they're very well organised baskets, aren't they? There's nothing sort of hanging on the edges or anything. They're all actually placed in there well. Well, that was super stuff, and thank you very much to Royal Women in New Zealand for this, continued support here at the Golden Shears. So we've actually coming down to finals time, isn't it?
Right, we've got heat number 3, the third and final semi-final for the junior Woolhandling. Jess Stewart on 1, Kashaila Karatiana on 2, Heaven Little on 3, and Tiana Phillips on table 4.
So basically, you... And then it's not a... Don't need it. Because you guys... I know you do. Now, you and I, this place... Oh my God! You guys were bloody laughing. And I both of them... Oh, that's right. I'll be going. Yeah, they'll be good. Bob. They'll be right down, Bob.
Well, Gerald, this is the third and final heat. Those points up on the board are the time points and on the clicker, aren't they?
Yeah, that's them confirmed up there now. And we've got the last semi-final arriving there. Masterton, Balclutha and Tauranui. So that's where they're from. Heaven Little, she's come a wee way from the big river town. Balclutha. Big show down there, of course, the Balclutha show. We've got the green light, Tuma.
We have our shearers to the board. Third and final heat of the Rural Woman New Zealand Junior Woolhandling semi-final. Timekeepers ready. Shearers, get set, go. Well, we have another couple of Masterton girls here. These Masterton people, I don't even know if there's anybody from Masterton here because I haven't heard any noise for the Masterton people. Oh, here we go. So we've got Jess Stewart on table number 1. She is from Masterton. Any Masterton people in the house, make a little bit of noise. We got Shayla Karaitiana from Masterton on table 2. I know she's got a lot of whānau here. From down your area, Gerald, down Balclutha, we have Heaven Little.
Hey.
And on table 4, Taumaranui Tiana Phillips. So here we go. All the shearers are stepping up the neck, the wool handlers working away right there with them.
Right, yes, they're just getting to work. They've got the pleasure at the moment to do as much as they possibly can while the tables are free. Sort of like the first sheep of the day in a shearing run. You've got to work. The shearers have got all their gear on. Everything's organised. The shed's set up. The fadges are right. The pens are full. Everything's ready. And then, whoops, the news comes on. That means it's time to rumble. In goes the shearers, and now she's time to get going. The fleeces are starting to fly. Right, they start lining it up. Jess Stewart, Masterton. Shyla. Does a wee bit of tidying up the board. Oh, let's get some airtime. Stewart says, I'm happy with that, and just turns straight back, expecting nothing but that. Oh, Karatiani won't be happy with that. She'll be thinking, holy smoke. You've got the shirt, water under the bridge now, darling. Just keep on going. Come on, Masterton, let's get in behind them. Round she goes. It's a nice clean fleece. What's she going to do here? She'll get her knee under it and just flick it up. No, she won't. She'll just put it up like that. Another beautiful fleece. Well presented once again. Look at that. Just held together, just nice, but not too cotty where it's too easy. It needs to be a challenge. This takes a lot of preparation to get into this stage. Now the shearers are still going. Back to the fertiliser works. It may have a wee bit of stain there. It's got to come out. That short wool's got to come out. You've got to get that undermine wool out of the way so the shearer, when he steps up and over and round, it doesn't get tangled up in and around his moccasin, because that's going to upset things later on. Now they get that head wool out of the way. The old sun hat. It needs to go in its own little basket. Shyla heads back. Tiana does the same down on the bottom stand. And then we've got Heaven Little. Well, she's travelled a long way. She didn't come up just for a glass of wine, I don't think, ladies and gentlemen. Round towards the head she goes. Sheep number 1, it's been there and done that. She's all guns blazing now. No holds barred. Back they go. Once again, the shearers in really good synchronised system to keep it as fair as we possibly can. It's the big roll down. Table 1, table 2. Masterton 1, Masterton 2. Come on, Masterton. Come on, folks. They are giving it everything you can think of right at the moment for yous. Here we go. Another throw. How are they going to go? Back goes Heaven Little. She's got the pressure on. She takes a deep breath. Oh, just a bit much porridge by Stewart. Just give it a wee bit of air time. You can see it's a nice loose one. Tiana Phillips pulls out a little beauty. Look, the old fan club's right there, saying, come on, darling, that's how it's done. You're going well. Stick with it. Stay in the zone. Round she goes on the table 4. This is at the moment. They're flicking that wool up and over. Can we have Ronnie King to the announcer's desk, please? Ronnie King. And they jump up on the board there. Karatiani brushes that undermined wool out of the way. The shearer just keeps on keeping on. You've got to keep up, darling. That's how it goes. Shiloh's back to the table. She's the only one there at the moment. Now is the bit of a gap in the traffic, and she takes it. Round she flicks. It's a nice clean fleece, this one to her. Round she goes. She's got the head down, the wee ponytails bobbing round. She is thinking, whoa, look at that, ladies and gentlemen. That is some really good wool handling there. She goes for the big roll. Oh, she's been in a few sheds, this girl. Bang. That's that one done, and the table's clear. She's going to give it a shake. No way. Gerald, I've got some work to do at the board first. Yeah, can we have the novice wool handling finalists to the desk? Just shearing finalists. To report down here and get your singlets and the likes, please. Okay, come up nice and fast because we've got plenty of action going on. We don't want people doodling around. It's not a time to sit on your morals now, ladies and gentlemen. Jess Stewart chases back as fast as she can go. Holy smoke, Heaven Little's pulled out a little beauty. She said, no, I didn't come down here for a glass of wine. And Jess Stewart says, oh, bugger. That's not ideal, and she mightn't have said that word, but that's as close as I'm going to get as far as swearing here at the Golden Shears. Bit of French. She's not happy with that. Round she goes now. Picks it up. Tiana Phillips. The fan club right there beside her. She throws all the wool over. Oh, isn't this super stuff? These junior wool handlers. A title up for grabs, the semi-final. We've started to turn the noise up, folks. Okay, the volume up now. Look at them go. Heaven Little, she's got a bounce in her step, ladies and gentlemen. She's starting a hot dog. Look at her go. She enjoys the spotlight. She's on the broom. Get out of the way, table. Want my broom. Phillips, she's on the broom. They're all on the broom, ladies and gentlemen. They're banging and clanging and reaching over things. Get out of my way. Where is my square? Where is my patch? There's little bits of tape down there, and you've got to stay within that the best you can. But it's hard to do that when you've got the razzle and dazzle. And Tiana Phillips says, oh, I'm going to sit down and take a big breath, and you deserve to do that, darling. Now she's shakedown time. The Balclutha girl. She's down on her hands and knees. Hop, here we go. Jess Stewart. Wasn't too happy with the last throw, but she come in. She's decided, by jolly, I'm going to save some time points. I might lose a few on the table, but I'm going to make them back up with a real big finish. And she did that. Wow. Oh, wow. That's semi-final time. That's really good, huh?
Riker Swan, we need you to come and pick up your singlet, Riker Swan. Okay, if we could have our novice wool handling finalists get up there and organise themselves. And then we'd like you guys to come to the left of the stage when you are done. On table number 1, we have Robin Kraus. Table 2, Laura Bradley. Table 3, Shantae Walker. Table 4, Grace Tiati. So this is the first final of the Golden Shears 2020. It's good to see the Superfly up there helping out. So it's good that these young wool handlers are taking a second up to sweep up and clean up the board. It looks like this young girl on table number 1 is ready to give her man the sack. I don't think he's doing what he's told. It looks like he'd cook pretty good eggs though, I reckon. So these wool handlers, they'll be handling 2 long wool fleeces, Gerald. This is going to put the cat amongst the pigeons.
Yeah, that's right, 2. Yeah, once again, a big congratulations to White Spurs for presenting these sheep to such a level, to have these fleeces so even. And that does take a lot of sorting, a lot of drafting, and huge amount of preparation. So we're going to throw 2 at them. So yeah, they're going to have to do a wee bit of multitasking this time, folks. They're going to have a fleece on the board, and we could have a little bit of organised chaos going on. So we'll give them a second or 2 just to organise these baskets. We have the green light, so as soon as they're ready, we're ready, and we'll give the a big announcement up. We'll let Tuma announce them up, and of course we'll give them a huge, warm Masterton welcome as they take their stage.
Can you also let them know?
We've just been told by the referee that they're going to disregard any rattle in all finals. So if you see some rattle, just leave it there. Yes, if you see any rattle, leave it there. There shouldn't be any. I don't know if these wool handlers can do that though, Joe. They've been drilled to take it out. Okay, so if we can, if you're happy with your baskets, if you could just hop down to the front of the stage. Thank you, Robin. There, you're fine. Okay, so Powaimalan Shearing are the sponsors of the Novice Woolhandling Final. On table number 4, from Australia, Grace Tiati. Give her a hand, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening and welcome back. We're cutting to the end of the first full day, or first full half day of Golden Shears 2020, and we're now into where the rubber meets the road. This is the finals of the novice wool handling. Now we've watched them come through and we're back to the last 4. This is the last 4. I've got a special guest here this evening, and I'm going to get him to introduce himself, and then we might just commentate to this last final.
Well, my name's Malcolm Hull from Victoria in Australia. I'm visiting with the Australian team. I don't have any official role as such, but just over here to enjoy myself and see what's happening.
Yeah.
A little bit of wool handling, judging in the past, shearer in a previous life.
Well, I guess the thing is that this is going out to a global audience. So, I'm sure you want to say hi to the family at home and to those contacts and acquaintances you made in France middle of last year.
Yeah, hi to all of them. This is a little bit of a surprise. Didn't expect to do this. But hi to those back in central Victoria.
No, very cool. So look, what we're going to do is we're going to commentate for this last wool handling event, and it has actually started. So we're watching, you're watching it, and we're going to just talk to it as it goes along. So the first thing is we've got our 4 finalists up there. Can you see those names out there?
Yeah, we've got Robin Kraus from Germany.
She is from Germany.
And
she's done well through the heats, this young lady.
So these are all the young people working in the industry. First time they're having a bit of a crack at competitions, possibly.
That's right.
And to even get to this level at the Masterton Golden Shears, that's a bit of an achievement for all these young boys and girls.
Yeah, it sure is. And I mean, the reality is they're up there in front of an audience of, there's a few hundred people sitting out there that are cheering them on, and of course they know that it's being live streamed, so I'm sure they've got families watching. But we've got Robin there on stand 1, a German girl. As I say, she came through the heats very strongly. And then on stand number 2,
Laura Bradley.
That's it.
From Woodville, which is only 10 or 20 miles up the road.
Not far. Laura's a very accomplished shearer, actually, so it's kind of cool when you see these shearers picking up, a broom.
Yeah, it's good. It is good. And Shantae
Shantae Walker, from Bulls, and
Yep.
again, that's not too far away. And down the end, one of your fellow countrymen.
Yeah, I don't really know Grace, but Grace Tiate from Australia. I'm not sure where she's from, but she's obviously over here working, visiting.
Yeah.
And guess what? She's got herself into the final. as a
She
novice.
has, and so
Great
we've just,
achievement.
it is. We've just seen the first lot of throws. Now, some of them were, a bit dodgy and...
Well, table 1 is going to lose a few points there.
Yeah.
Fleeces off the side.
Yep.
Table 2 mostly lost a few, was bunched up. That's a lovely throw on table 3.
Yeah, there's
Not a
some
lot of-
overhang there too as well,
little
though.
bit, but not easy fleeces
No, they're
to
challenging.
get on the table and get it where you exactly want it.
Yep. Well,
But
this is a competition. They
It's a
need to
competition,
work.
and it's where they're learning. And later in the shears, we'll see the professionals in the open, and you'll really see how they work a fleece.
That's right.
And there's skills that they've built up over the years.
Yep. But this is where they all start.
That's where they learn it.
And the reality is, look at young Grace. I think she's doing a very smart job. That was a difficult fleece because it didn't hang together. The others,
Yep.
a little bit more, there's more of those cross fibres to hold the fleece together. So hers looks the most loosest, but she did a pretty good job of putting it on the table. Now they're removing all those processing faults around the edge of the fleeces, and that's a dollar. That's a dollar decision that they're making for every farmer.
It's the wool handler is a very important part of the whole shearing shed team. They're the person taking the second grade wool off, skirting the fleece. If they get it wrong, too much goes into the pieces bin, you're putting good money into the pieces bin. If they don't take it off, you're devaluing the main line.
That's right. Now
Here we
look
go.
at this. So they've cleaned their tables, and that's an important part because they don't want any unwanted fibres in. Turning around Laura.
Throw on table 2, not too bad. Bit on the sides, you lose some points there.
Yep.
Table 1, bit bunched up on the end, lose a few points on the side.
Yeah.
Oh, there's a few there on table 3. Yep, there's a few faults there, but look, novices, pretty good throws by and large.
You missed Grace. I mean, Grace was probably the only one that got that fleece totally on the table. The others had some overhang.
Yes.
And for the overhang, the way the penalties work is every piece of wool that's hanging over or bunched up the size of an A4 sheet of paper is a penalty point.
That's correct.
So, those girls that had the overhang, I would have thought there would have been at least 4 just on the overhang.
Yes, you could.
But
Number 1's just shifted it now. She's just skirted a fleece, but I could see at least 2 or 3
Yep.
on the table facing us.
So Grace has got hers off. She's been the first, and this is what happens. If you do a beautiful throw, then it's a lot easier to get that fleece prepared and to, prepare for the clean-up. Here she goes. She's not far away.
Goes, and she's got a hand up and
Yes.
she's finished. She's finished off first.
She has. So
She's done a great job.
she has, and then there's a capped time here, and so I think they've got just over a minute to get themselves, to finish their work. After that minute, then they're getting penalised 1 point for every second behind that.
1 point for every second behind the 1 minute.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. So Grace has
Big
got
incentive to get there and done under the minute.
That's right. But she, just looking, on the screen here, it looks like her clean-up might have been could have done a bit better when you look at tables 1 and 2.
So the judges will go through her work area. They will go over the table. They'll go under the table. Anything that's not swept up
Yep.
will be penalised.
Yes, the size of a credit card attracts
Is a
one penalty point. Yep.
So judges got pretty eagle eyes.
They
don't-
have.
They don't miss too much.
No, and then you saw how all those containers with all the different faults will now go out the back, and there's a whole another team of eagle-eyed judges that are going to go through that wool
They will
fibre
open
by
up
fibre.
every fleece and
Yes.
see whether they have underskirted
Or overskirted.
or overskirted through the pieces line,
Yep.
and go through their faults bins
Yes,
to make sure that the correct faults are in the correct bin.
that's right.
And they go onto a big spreadsheet, I guess, for want of a better word,
Yes.
and they'll be spread out, and points will be accumulated.
Penalties, that's right.
Penalty points.
Yep.
And
And the lowest
time
score
points.
wins.
lower score wins.
Yeah. So, you know, that was what we've just seen then is the final of the novice wool handling. There'll be prize giving very shortly after, I think we've got the novice shearing final now, and then there'll be the prize giving, and I can't wait to have a chat to some of these finalists because I think they've done extraordinarily well, those novices. This has been a huge grade. Golden Shears should be so proud.
This is a great day. Like normally, this is 660th year anniversary.
Yes.
The 4 days doesn't normally take place. So today's a free day to the public. Just look at the crowd. The place has been nearly full all day.
Yeah, it's been a great day.
And these are by and large the learners of the trade. So it's a great experience.
Yeah, this is what we call the kohanga or the nest.
Yes.
You know, so these are the newbies coming through.
Yes.
Some will stay all the way, some won't, but you know, they'll go on to other things and whatever happens is great for them.
It'll be interesting to see who become the guns of the industry. You know, maybe in 10 years' time, some of these will take those mantles of the David Fagans in the past.
Sure will. And you know, in the program we have the honours board, and the neat thing is whether you won in last year, 10 years ago, 20 or 50 years ago, you're never forgotten at Golden Shears.
That's right.
Yeah.
The world's preeminent shearing competition.